till my phone. Till the room comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth. Till the room comes off, till the lights go out, I'ma whip this till my phone color.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Off the Bench podcast. My name is Jim Cross. I'm joined, as always, by the amazing Ava Garza. Ava, we're going to take a trip on down to Oxford like we usually do. We were supposed to do this last week. Only Ole Miss will you have a guest rescheduled because, they got caught in some, hunting, fishing, craps per se with mud and all these different, items and stuff. So, nonetheless, we got him here tonight, and our guest is Collin Reuter. But before we bring him in, we got to plug the sponsors. Chinook Cedar, 8 flavors, mild to wild, the best sunflower seeds in the game. You can't go wrong. Go to your local grocery store, gas station, convenience store. You can get them all. Jesus One Apparel, John 16:33, empowering young men and women to be bold in their faith. The Ole Miss guys got them. I am wearing their patriotic version. The Swayze Crazies got them. You can go to JesusOneApparel.com, use code IOTB20 and get yours today. And then, of course, Old Dominic Distillery in the heart of downtown Memphis, bourbon, vodka, whiskey, gin. They got it all. They even got the toddy, which, fits for hottie toddy, Ava. So, but enough plugging the sponsors, paying the bills. Collin, my man, how we doing tonight?
Good, man. Good to be on the show. Thanks for having me.
Go ahead, take it away, Ava.
All right. So where are you from?
I'm from Olive Branch, Mississippi.
All right. So what's one thing I must do or one place that I must do? Or if you're really feeling like special, give us both.
And just to be clear, while he's thinking, Ava, Olive Branch is 5 minutes from my house where you were at. So he's just
okay. So he's pretty close.
Wait, where in Olive Branch are you at?
I'm in South Haven. I'm next to DeSoto Central.
Okay, got you. Something in Olive Branch that man. Most of the things are in South Haven, to be honest. But if Olive Branch, it would probably have to be. Gosh, that's actually a tough question. Really, that much to do in Olive Branch? I mean,
where are we eating? Hey, tell me where we eating. You got to at least know where you're going to eat.
Good spot is Redfish on Goodman Road, right by the Malco Theater. That's probably one of my favorite spots. Another good spot is the Cajun place right next to Redfish. Gosh, I'm blanking on the name of it. Oh my! Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
It's like 2-minute food or something like that. Really good Cajun spot to go get some crawfish. It's right next to Redfish.
I'm gonna have to take your.
But other than really eating, yeah. I think other than eating, there's not really much to do in Olive, but you go 10 minutes to South Haven, you got a bunch of things to do, like the silos, and you got the Bancorp Arena, where you can go watch some Riley Green or somebody go sing it up or whatever they want to do. But I mean, that's really it.
So who is your favorite athlete growing up?
Ooh, Yadier Molina. I loved watching him catch, and I think that's what really inspired me to be a catcher, was watching him growing up as a kid.
The best, Ava. The best. I won't hear any arguments.
The best, yeah.
My favorite was when we interviewed Ed Easley in the first season we ever did this show, and he said, Collin, the 2 years he spent as a backup to Yadier, he learned more his entire life playing baseball. Just 2 years behind that guy.
I could only imagine being the backup to Yadier Molina. I don't even know. Just the amount of knowledge you get from that guy is probably unbeatable.
So, product of Magnolia Heights in 2021 for a Mississippi Player of the Year. So, how did you end up all the way out of BYU?
Oh, good question. So going to Magnolia Heights, me and my best friend Ozzie Pratt, his dad is one of the assistant coaches at Magnolia Heights. His brother is actually now the head coach, but before I graduated, the head coach at BYU was Mike Littlewood, and Coach Russ's brother was the hitting coach and catching coach. So me and Ozzy go out there for I think it was a winter camp during Christmas break, and Coach Littlewood actually offers me on the spot before I leave to go back home, and he gave me a month to think about it. My sophomore spring, going to think about it. Ozzy commits like I think early January, and I'm like talking to Ozzy. I'm like, should I do it? Should I do it? I'm not sure. That's 24 hours away from home. I mean, I'm gonna be not even gonna see my family every 6 months on Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever. I finally was like, I was in church one day and I was just sitting there and I wasn't really listening to our pastor talking. All I could think about was like,
Oh,
oh, you got me? There we go.
there we go.
All right,
It
I'm
was all you
back.
could think about.
I was, yeah, I was sitting there and I was thinking, I was like, man, I'm going to do it. I get home and I'm like, Mom, I'm going to commit. I commit to BYU. And when we get out there, it was definitely, I think, a culture shock for me. That was probably one of the biggest things for me was just being in a place 24 hours away from home, not having only one friend, and then having to create a life by myself, 18 years old, was something that I don't regret doing at all because it was really cool.
So is the view as breathtaking as the pictures show? Because I've seen them and they look gorgeous.
That's one of the most things I miss about just being in Utah was I got to wake up to mountains every morning, and that was the absolute best part about it. It was beautiful, and the field, like just being a catcher there, I got to look at it every single time, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that aspect of you being the catcher and you look that direction. That's awesome. But you spend
Yeah.
2 years there, you have lots of success. What was the biggest thing you took away from your experience at BYU?
Oh, good question. I think just learning who I was as a person, like not even as a baseball player, but just because I think, like I said, being there by myself and then Ozzy transferring to Southern Miss and me not really having like my best friend, one of the guys that I grew up my whole life. We go there together. He transfers to Southern Miss. I have a year out there by myself, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I kind of think I learned that I just needed to find myself. And I think I did that out there while just meeting new friends, meeting new people, the culture, and all that stuff.
So when you're looking to, transfer out of there and you get to Ole Miss, was it one of those things that was simple, like not necessarily Ole Miss in itself, but coming back home was coming back to the Mississippi or that general area something that you just really wanted to do when we talk about that culture shock, get yourself back to the South?
Yes, it was. As soon as like I entered the transfer portal, like I think it was Arizona State calls me, and I'm like, man, I mean, I would love to come play, but I want to go back home. And that was really the main reason was coming back home, just because 3 years, I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to be back home.
Did you grow up an Ole Miss fan?
I did, but it was kind of split because my uncle played for Mississippi State in '02, I think '02 or '03. So he played for Mississippi State, and I mean, I went there as a kid, but then he transferred to Memphis, so I think I went to more of those games as a kid, but
Definitely not choosing Memphis.
no.
I'm going there. I'm going there this weekend to watch my guy Ethan Norby from ECU pitch, and I got asked about, was it going to be a good game? I was like, if he has anything less than 15 strikeouts, I'll be surprised. But ultimately, you do choose Ole Miss. being that you were a fan, was once you got an offer from Ole Miss, was it pretty easy? Like you knew that's where you were going?
Yeah, it was pretty easy. When Lav called me and offered me, I was like, yeah, I think it's kind of really knocked off all the teams that have offered me or whatever. And I was like, yeah, it's going to be time to be a Rebel.
So last year you played in 26 games, batting 300. Really came on the scene for me in the Mississippi State series. I was there. You had 2 bombs. Made sure to let the people know about it. What's that like? You were just talking about, your uncle and how Mississippi State played a role, but just being a Mississippi kid, what's it like, making your mark on that series and going off that weekend?
I think playing in that series as a Mississippi kid is totally different than a kid from, you say, California, because, I mean, they never really knew about the rivalry or any of it. But when they got here, they figured it out. But I just don't think it means as much to them. Obviously, I mean, it still means something to them, but for a city kid, like this this is in the heart. Like, you want to beat those guys a lot, and obviously that didn't happen last night. But we're still going to get after them whenever we play them.
Yeah, something about them's thorn in the sign. Definitely got the number over the last 10 seasons. I don't know how to explain it. Even when I think Ole Miss is a better team. I mean, if you just look after that series, Ole Miss has been a much better team than Mississippi State, and people will throw at me, well, Mississippi State beat them, and I was like, it's something about when they play each other, because I was like, if you just give me who's a better team, I'll tell you Ole Miss all day, and they're like, that doesn't make sense. And I was like, just look at who Ole Miss has been beating and how much success they've had after the series. Obviously, even if you look at the loss this weekend, you're talking about to number 4 team, and you played them tough the entire weekend. But let's talk about the team is playing great overall. You're playing good, solid year of production. This lineup is absolutely stacked. Like, how good does it feel, being a part of this lineup? The top to bottom pretty much can drop nukes at any time.
Oh, for sure. I think this year's team, has like a really good chance to make a deep run and go to Omaha and win a national championship, just because like the guys on the team everybody's bought in. The pitching staff, I mean, all those guys are locked down. They're going to shut the game down. Offense, any given day, you can go off for 6 homers in a game, and we can also do it on any other way, just by a sac fly or just getting the ground ball to get the guy in from third. But I think we can do it in a lot of different ways, and I think that helps us out a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think this weekend is an opportunity. Previously over the years that I've been doing this, beating Arkansas in Arkansas has been a thing that is just really hard to do. But this year, Arkansas has looked very vulnerable at home. I think y'all are a better overall team. And to be quite frankly with you, Collin, I don't like Arkansas at all. So I'm going to need y'all to go in there and take care of business and set up a matchup, because regardless of what records say, I go to all these games everywhere, interview all you guys. I do all my studying, my research. To me, the 2 best SEC teams, I don't care, like I said, what records say, are Texas A&M and Ole Miss. And so I'd really like for y'all to go take care of business against Arkansas. A&M take care of business, come in the next weekend at home, and that'd be the series that I know it can be. And you could tell what they thought of y'all with not really dropping y'all on the rankings after this past week. So I think people know that Ole Miss is a good team. They're a top 15 caliber team. So I ask you, what does this team have to do, with the remaining schedule being as tough as it is, to be able to push through and be able to lock down that home regional?
I think the main thing is sticking together, and just when we go to Arkansas this weekend, just know that we're going to play in a hostile environment. Obviously, big stadium, a lot of people are going to be there, but I think my favorite thing is Coach B says is bring your own energy, and when you're in a away stadium, you have to bring your own energy to be able to win that series. And I think that'd be the biggest thing to start this off, would be winning a series at Arkansas to really kick it off for the last 2-3 weekends of the regular season.
Yeah, and last question I got before I turn over to Ava. You was talking about Yachty earlier, talking about catching. Haven't got to catch as much this year. As a hitter, has it been able to help you when you're just focusing more, playing a lot of time in that DH role?
I think so, because I mean, obviously after an at bat, like a good or bad at bat, you can go back in and you can you can really think about what do I need to do better? What was happening there? What pitch did I see well? Which one did I not? I mean, it's a lot of things that go into it, but also you don't want to overthink about it sometimes. Like, say I have a pretty bad at bat and I come back to the dugout, I'll kind of I won't sit there and like think about it for long, and I'll just go back to the bench and I'll just talk to some of the guys and kind of keep my mind off of it until it's time to lock in for my next at bat.
Okay, it's time for all the good questions now. Two of my personal
Okay.
favorites.
You don't care about the actual baseball aspect, right?
Okay, yes, I care about baseball, but this is like more important, walk-up songs, because as someone that didn't
Oh.
like baseball up until last like season, I would say that whenever my dad would like make me sit with him through this, like that was the only thing that really carried me through. And last season, obviously I had like a natty like winning team, which was awesome because you get cool walk-up songs. What's better than like great baseball and walk-up songs? But Jim said that you went bold in your choice. So what's your song and why is it that song?
My walk-up song is "Crazy" by Boozy Badass. Honestly,
That was you?
I think that's me.
I'm gonna put it this way: when my
Oh.
nephew came the next day after you didn't come, Ava, that song came on, and he immediately started moving, and he was like, "Hey," he goes, "I can get down with whoever's song this is." Anyway, it's funny, but you look at the old people in the stadium, and it's not exactly a fan favorite.
Yeah, yeah. I think a select few know who it is, and those people that know the song, that's when you can really tell because they'll be dancing in the stands or whatever. But I think my favorite was we played Austin P last year, and I'm walking up to the plate and I look in their dugout and I see their head coach like bobbing his head, like getting after the song. I'm like, yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. It was pretty cool to see.
So, of the elite Ole Miss uniforms, which one is your favorite to wear? And choose wisely
Ooh.
because Jim is like a big fan of the Ole Miss.
I think Ole Miss has
uniforms,
the best kit. Period. Like red, white, and blue. You got the traditionals. You got
Oh,
the
yeah.
creams. I'm with it.
I think this year, because the powder blues kind of got messed up this year, obviously I would take those every time, but they're not in their best shape right now. Next year they'll be back. Right now it's either the creams or the navy and pinstripe pants.
Both valid choices.
Yeah, I mean, when I see them put out what y'all are gonna wear for the weekend every time, like I feel like an Ole Miss fan for just a second because I get excited just looking at those uniforms, and that's why I don't mind coming and supporting. Like whenever LSU's not in town and I go to Ole Miss and I'll put on the colors, like I can always get down with them. It's the patriotic. I'm a veteran, so I don't know. I can get down with. But I tell you, Ava, our episode later tonight because Collin don't know we have an episode later. That Oregon uniform kit. It's going to be one to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. Oregon does have elite uniforms.
Ava's on the she thinks Vandy's got the best one. She's a sucker for the black and gold pinstripes.
I just think it's so pretty.
I'm not a big fan of those. I'm not a big fan of them.
Like, I don't know. I just really, really like the whole like black and gold situation, but maybe it's because that's mostly all I wear.
Our biggest problem is we wish LSU would.
I
get
like
black
their.
and gold.
That would be kind of. I think black would be kind of cool.
But they'll never do it. They're too traditional, just like Ole Miss never would either.
No. Yeah. No.
Which I think Mississippi State's best
Ole Miss
ones are
doesn't
always
need
for
to 'cause
black
they have
because
powder
their traditional
blues.
maroon is. Go ahead, Ava.
I mean, like, I don't really feel like Ole Miss needs the blackout because they have the powder blues and those are like 20 times better. Like,
Right.
ours are just so underwhelming. I feel like.
But I was going to say, though, I'm not a big fan of the maroon in itself as a whole. So I do like that Mississippi State does the black with the maroon on it. Like, I think it helps them.
For sure.
But yeah, we're all about walk-up songs and uniforms. If you don't got those right, what are we doing here, Ava?
You tell me. Why don't we ask LSU?
But before we let you out of here, Collin, man, we play a game with everybody. I'm going to take it easy on them, Ava. I'm not going to do blind rankings or King of the Hill. I'm going to keep it simple, do this or that. I give you two options. You just choose one or the other. Can't say neither, can't say both. So I let you off the hook tonight. All right. Simple out the gate. You a coffee or energy drink guy?
Ooh, I'm both.
I just said you can't say neither or both. You got to pick one.
I don't know, dude. I'm both though, because like on a normal morning routine, I will have a cup of black coffee with a scoop of natural honey, and then later that afternoon, I might have an energy drink. But I think I'm
What's
going to
your
take
go-to
energy
energy
drink.
drink?
I'm going to take the energy drink. I'm going to take it, and I think I'm
All
going to
right.
go White Monster.
There you go. Burgers or tacos?
Oh, tacos.
All right. Fishing or hunting?
Oh man. Because it's spawning season, I'll go fishing.
There you go. All right. This is my favorite question. Who hits better home runs, Tristan Bissetta or Judd Utermark?
Oh, come on.
I've done this to every
Who
guest ever
hits
on
the
a
better?
team.
Oh my gosh.
Don't worry. This
See,
isn't
they're
one of
gonna
the ones I
see
clip
this, and I'm
out.
gonna.
This isn't one I clip out and make it for everybody.
Alright.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go Judd here because the home run he hit at Globe last year, 117 miles an hour, went 460 feet, and went up halfway up the second deck is one of the coolest home runs I've ever seen.
I mean, I've asked this question many times with many variations of players to different guys, and when you talk about two guys who just hit absolute nukes and don't cheat you a home run, like these two guys, they don't hit any wall scrapers.
No, absolutely not.
All right, so I had to put this one there because you played basketball in school, so you got to have some hoop skills about you. Have to have some knowledge of
Okay.
basketball. LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan,
Thank
no
you.
doubt about it.
All right,
No
then
doubt
you won't have
about
to
it.
cut the episode 3 questions early. All right, if you can go to any concert, see any person
Okay.
anywhere, or you can go to any sporting event anywhere, what are you doing? Concert or sporting event?
Sporting event.
What's the bucket list sporting event?
Sunday at Augusta.
Nice. You don't know what that is, do you, Ava?
No.
The Masters.
Oh
No.
man.
No.
Masters.
You know what? We got her into baseball this year, one sport at a time. She's actually a football. She knows her football inside and out. We've got her really good with baseball this year. We'll one sport at a time. We'll get her there.
We'll get it eventually.
Yeah, we'll get to golf because once you figure out the Masters, you'll want to go.
Hey, it's a chance to debut, awesome outfits. So I know you're down for that, Ava. You do that at baseball. So
Always. Always.
All right.
They have a ton of azalea flowers out there too.
All right, 2 more. All right, these are the 2 hardest ones. Would you rather do 5 years in prison or 10 years in a coma?
Oh my gosh.
There ain't a
That's
good
a tough
option.
one.
That's a fact.
There's not. I'm gonna say 10 years in a coma because I wouldn't know I wouldn't know. I guess I was.
You know what's interesting, Ava? So he takes 10 years in a coma. All his teammates that have came on here that are smaller than him.
Also jail,
Collin's,
right?
Collin's a big dude, and all the small dudes said they'll take
Yeah.
jail. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean,
Hayden Federico in jail.
5 years in prison just doesn't sound fun. It just doesn't
It is.
sound fun.
I've never been, but we've interviewed a top 10 Bellator fighter on here, and we asked him that question, and he said, "I've been to prison, I'll never go back." And I was like, "That's all I needed to know."
Yeah.
All right. And the hardest one, maybe, depends on if you're being honest. If you could choose between the number 1 pick in the MLB draft and the $10 million signing bonus that comes with it, or winning a national championship, which would you rather have?
Yeah, it's tough, but not because I wouldn't mind a national championship this year.
I'll be honest with you. Like I try to make myself believe that I would take the money in the pick, but we asked Skeens the question before and after he was drafted on this show, and he said he looked us straight in the eye and said that he wouldn't give up his championship for anything. And so it's something about that blood, sweat, and tears you put in with the boys, and like you said, you want one, man. You're hungry for it, right? And those memories will live on
Yeah.
forever. That money will eventually burn through.
It will, because I mean, dogpiling with the guys on the field. I mean, that's something I could cherish forever.
I got a funny, since you did that. I didn't play our normal intro. Our normal intro has all 5 champions over the last 5 years in college baseball, because we actually had the most guests from every team each year, because we've joked, called it the end off the bench effect. And so you have the 2022 Ole Miss dogpile, but 2024 Tennessee didn't dogpile. What are your thoughts on that? Like, what do you think about a team who doesn't dogpile? Because we talked about it in real time, and we were pretty discouraged by it.
I mean,
It's kind of soft.
that's the end goal. Like, I get not dogpiling in a super regional because that's not the end goal, but winning a national championship and just even thinking about the dogpile that just gets me going.
Yeah, we were
I
real
don't not
surprised watching
dogpile.
real
I really
time, and they
don't.
just like pushed each other.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't dogpile there.
Collin's like, I would have tackled somebody. We would have took it to the ground.
Yeah, yeah, no
But
doubt. I mean,
I
I'm
think y'all
taking
got
you down.
a real shot. I have done multiple posts. If you've seen them, I got 5 teams that I think I feel like I got a good, lock on this sport. I have for years picking it right. I feel like I got the teams that I've seen enough of. Barring health is always a thing, but with the way I like y'all's lineup, the way I like y'all's pitching staff, obviously a Coach B guy, like one of the 5 teams that I think are the only ones that have a chance. So I feel good about y'all. Unlike my LSU Tigers, who may not even make the postseason, and I got to root with somebody. So Ava, I'm rolling with Ole Miss all the way with LSU looking.
My pick is up for grabs right now. I'm a big fat TBD.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
I mean, she
It
was
really
supposed to get a facilities tour by Taylor Ray,
Yeah,
and she bailed out of town early, man. It's messed up.
Guys, oh my
she
gosh.
could be
I'll be
seen
back.
in there. She couldn't be seen.
Exactly.
I'll be back. I'll
Yeah.
be back. I promise. Before I close this thing out, is there anything that you want to plug or promote?
I think huge shout out to the teammates, man. I think without those guys, I wouldn't be here without any. I wouldn't be here without any of them.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for joining us. If you like hearing his story or you just like hearing us average Joes, and as DB likes to say, Jills talk X's and O's. And now, please like and share on Facebook, retweet on Twitter, watch and subscribe on YouTube. Head on over to Instagram and give us a follow. Until the next time, strong body, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We are out.